games, what you alluded to after the game was we're doing a lot of good things. We're showing a lot of improvement. Then we're hurting ourselves with turnovers at the wrong time, not making the play that's there for us to make, and finishing it off. It's I'm looking at the tape and it's, you're already disappointed, but I end up getting more disappointed because you see all the opportunities, you see all the good things. And then, a penalty at the wrong time, like the touchdown they took away from us, where we Dorman runs it in and we get a holding call almost 15 yards away from the play. A 3 technique on an upfield drive the tackle gets a holding call, stuff like that. Or what I thought could have been another, like a 10-point swing before half, where we get a false start from the guard moving his fingers, which he moves his finger all the time. We go field goal there. We go up. Instead, we get the penalty. They get a field goal, 6 points. Oh, we could have punched it in for a touchdown. So, encouraging and disappointing at the same time. I know that sounds crazy, but and then if you look at also look at our overall stats. So, I got this a little while ago about we have more first downs than our opponents. Our third down efficiency is about the same as the league. But the penalties, 2 block punts, we're averaging about 10 penalties a game. I think the league average is 6. And we have 10 turnovers, and we've only gotten 4. So we're -6 in that category. So there are some things that we have to continue to clean up. Field position is pretty bad on kickoff. So between yesterday and today, I spent a lot of time with the special teams, and we will have that in order. It's like you fix one thing and something else leaks. So we're trying to fix all of it at one time. Now, that's a lot for an opening statement, but there's a lot going on.
No, Coach, definitely appreciate it. And you mentioned, we've talked about penalties and the special teams and those being points of emphasis to concentrate on. But what would you say are things that you've seen the most growth in the 6 weeks so far?
The creativity from the offensive side and defense. That Seattle team is pretty potent, and we disguise pretty good. I think Coach Carter did a very good job. The thing that you really like, we're starting to get around the ball. We got our hands on a few balls. We should have came down with 2 more. Offensively, we're seeing an open receiver. We got to hit them. We're creating this space. We're creating this area where there is light, and we're trying to cross over into that to be potent in all 3 phases. Even the special teams, just unfortunate for us. Our normal guy that's the wing was exhausted, and at that time, we just like, you got to figure out a way to stay in and gut that out. Because we put somebody in that hadn't been out there, and you see the results of that. So, honest Sundays again, we had that yesterday. I thought that was very, very encouraging. And just the bottom line, we still have we went out a 33.3% chance of finishing second. So it's not over. It's not over.
Yeah, Coach. And definitely one of the things that you did well that Coach Haslett did say is that you ran the ball well. Talk about Devin Darrington. I know he had the fumble, but talk about his performance on Saturday.
It would have been grade A, but in that situation, obviously the fumble. He's fighting hard. He's fighting for extra yard. And, we talk about this league being a developmental league and coaching, and you really don't want to be on the end of all this coaching after a loss like this situational football. Like, in this, get it, give a move, get upfield, get to the ground. We've had one of those early in the year that cost us 2 against Arlington. So overall, very good job, but obviously it's very, very disappointing that it happened when it happened. That's kind of our thing. And like I said last week, this is not building characters. We're building our character, and I think we are responding well, and we're going to respond again this week. We're not going to quit. We're not going to give up. We're going to keep trying to improve the roster, improve coaching as a staff, identify where it is, and attack it. That's the only way I know.
Coach, your defense actually played much better across the board this week than they have in previous games, including 3 very pivotal red zone stops where you only gave up field goals. Talk about what you're going to have to do this week against a 2-headed monster in Houston. I'm sorry, DC.
Yes. See, that was quick. Just we got to be light on our feet. We have to make adjustments. There's some things that, like I said, for me, I'm trying to get involved a little bit with everything with just a few adjustments here and there. We did do that. We need to finish off some plays, like that last touchdown. The defense was in, some little bit of confusion back there between the safety and the drop guy. We have to clean up those little things and make them earn it. When they earn it, you could tip your hat to them. When we give it to them, that's on us, and we will get that cleaned up.
And just
Coach,
a quick
can
follow-up.
you throw out a few
Steve.
names of play? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Steve.
Coach, can you throw out a few names of players that you thought played well on Saturday?
Oh man, you get Tye Smith, the corner that's been here like 3 weeks. I thought did a very good job. Even Justin 32 is doing a pretty good job for us, being our punt return and kick return, and just overall. And I'm trying to think of these names. Plummer always does a very good job for us, setting the defense and playing hard. So that's just a few. I think overall everybody did their part. Now we need them to do a little bit more.
Well, Coach, I would also add into Savion Patton up front. And the reason why I mentioned that name is, that defensive front is going to be challenged again this week, but in a very unique manner. Earlier we talked about that 2-handed monster with Tiamu and King as the dual quarterbacks. From a coaching standpoint, can you talk about some of the challenges with preparing for that?
Well, we see it on all teams every week. A bunch of teams. You watch Arlington, you watch San Antonio. So we're not the only ones, and that's what the reason I did them stats. That's how this league is. The ball bounce your way. Just watching Washington, they went in almost every halftime. They were down. Is what you do the second half. Can the ball bounce your way? They beat Seattle when the quarterback fumbles on the 1. So we will be prepared for both of those guys. We know we're going to see them. They got certain plays that they run. Now it's a matter of stopping them. It's just, what they're going to do. Can you stop them?
Yeah, Coach. And just so we all have an idea of how it works, when you have on a Sunday, how is the layout? Are you talking to the team as a whole? Are you talking to people one-on-one?
On Sundays, all of them. Talk to the coaches one-on-one. Let them know what if this is working, what I think and do. And over the last couple of weeks, with coaches, it comes down to, okay, do I need to get more involved? And I found myself getting more involved. Like today, I pretty much ran special team and design and do stuff, which you will see different stuff on there. So, and all the coaches have been pretty good. And then I leave from there and we have a team meeting with the players. And I pick out plays, the good, the bad, the ugly. And then we talk about it and we try to set a theme for the week. This week is, we're 0-6, right? If you look at it, obviously, he say we could be this, we could. Technically could be 3-3, 4-2, easily. Now, what are we going to do about it? We're not. What do we have to play for? where, again, there's a 33.3% chance that we went out, certain things happen that we still have a shot. But the first thing is remembering your dream. Why are you here? Why are you playing ball? To be the best version of yourself. That had nothing to do with the score. That had nothing to do with how you feel. It was like, this is what I want to do. This has always been my dream, to be a professional athlete, to run out in front of thousands of fans and perform. And like I tell them now, the fans, we have the best fans in the league, and we need to give them something to cheer about. And I think over the last couple of weeks, we are trending in the right direction. But like everybody else, you want to come out of there feeling good with a win, but we don't need to concentrate on the win. Concentrate on getting yourself better individually, realizing your dream, and being the best version of yourself.
Coach, with your On a Sunday discussion this week, you've had a couple of punts blocked on you, which have become some critical moments. What did you and the team talk about in terms of addressing those issues going forward and keeping that on lockdown in the successive weeks of the season?
I mean, we combed up and down that, and the thing was, we had somebody in there that should not have been in there. So that's on us. You cannot come out of the game, care how tired you are at that situation. It cost us big time. So what we've done is we kind of created a core special teams guys. So you could be a second team, a receiver, a DB, linebacker. And if you're not one of the core guys, so we look at that inactive list on the weekend, then you're probably going to be on there, because special teams should be, and as always, we had the number one priority. It's a shame that 2 block punts in Orlando at home has happened that's cost us. So we're going to address that. That's the thing, when you have a bunch of issues, again, you fix one, this pops up, all of a sudden this shows. We feel like we have dealt with or dealing with all the issues. And I'm telling you, when we put this together, it's going to be something special. And it's closer than you think.
Coach, we've talked about offense, we've talked about special teams, but DC's called the defenders. We haven't even talked about their defense yet. What is it that jumps off of film about that group to you?
Well, Coach, they have a good D-line. They rush. They put a little pressure on you, but they only do a few things. They're very, very good at what they do. Whether it's cover 2, whether it's trying to play man, and then mixing up their fire zones. It's not complicated. It boils down to, a lot of times, one-on-one battles. Can you win your one-on-one battles? That's the challenge that I put to the players. Can we win our one-on-one battles? I feel like now we are in a position that I feel very good that we can win our one-on-one battles. We have to stop kicking ourselves in the foot.
And if I'm hearing you correctly, Coach, so the fans are clear too. The Guardians are still going to make a push to go ahead and finish off strong and make the playoffs.
Absolutely. And that's my promise to you guys and the fans. We are going to play to win. Again, the strides we've made, I wish we were making, obviously, these strides early on, and not to complain and sound like I'm whining. Oh man, we just missed those OTAs and a couple of preseason like everybody else. I watched Arlington and San Antonio yesterday, and it's like, wow, we need to, we play them too. We play them down the road. And I think where we're going, we are trending upwards. We made a couple moves today, roster-wise. We have not thrown in the towel. We never will. We were making moves, and you're going to see even a more potent team this week. So I'm begging, I'm pleading, I'm doing all I need, everything. Please come out. You will be entertained. I feel like you guys were entertained last week. We came up short. Be there for that dominance performance. that I think is right around the corner.
Coach, offensively, you've been trending upward since you made the changes. How are you satisfied with the changes offensively so far that you made?
Well, we had two of our scoring outputs, but I want more. I think we have the ability to be in the high 20s and 30s. And then defensively, we got to keep bringing that down. I think we was at 30. You look at the league average, we're right with the bottom half of that. Two reasons for that: the offense, how they performed early on, and the field position that we're giving up on kickoff return. So as we fix the offense, we're going to fix that darn kickoff return. That's going to help the defense to bring that down. So offense go up, get in the high 20s, low 30s. Defense comes down, get in the mid 20s, and you got something. We have to be able to play off one another, and we are heading that way. I feel like I got up probably yesterday about 6:30, 6:30, and started with this. How we gonna get better? Game plan. What are we gonna do? Practice. What are we gonna do? Personnel. What do we have to change to keep heading in the right direction? And here it is, 318 today, and we just finished off with a few transactions that happened. We got one more we're trying to make happen. We are working. We will be better. You guys are going, I'm telling you, every week I said, you're going to like it. It is heading in the right direction.
Coach, it seems like, go ahead, Jeff.
Sorry. This is what happened. This is what I get for being late to the call.
Yes. If you were late, I would have left you on the bus.
So as a former defensive back, I know you take pride in your DB play. One thing that's still hurting you defensively is the big play. You're still giving up some big plays in the secondary. How are you all addressing that part of it?
Oh man, taking them out, making them run. It's just one of those things. You have what you have, and we throw balls. We change it. Every technique that DB can play, we playing it. At least we try. Pressing, we bailing, we off, we in between. We're trying to figure out a way to make some plays and not give up big plays. And this team this week that you're going to see tonight, they got some guys outside that can make some big plays. So, I might not shave this week.
Coach, it seems like anything that can go wrong has gone wrong this year. That being said, do you feel like you're a better football team today than you were during week one?
Absolutely. I don't think we're close. If we were to start the season right now, I feel like we're a playoff team. I know 0-6 and don't show, but if you look at the stats and a couple of them turnovers and the block punts, where we're at right now would not happen, and we would be on attack mode. We at the first couple of weeks we was in the defensive posture. We have the players now. We have the attitude. We have the understanding of what our players can and cannot do, and understanding of the league, the rules, and being able to take full advantage of that. It would be attack mode, and it would be very, very good for us.
Coach, circling back around to special teams real quick, especially on kickoffs, is there something that you could take advantage of in the XFL rules in terms of returns, things like blocking schemes, or something that you could get a guy to break loose?
Yes, there are some things, and it always boils down to personnel and what is your imagination. That's what we tried to get across today. So again, I come on here every week and it's like, oh my gosh, coach is telling us again that it's going to get better and check this out. Well, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we've made some changes, more changes, and it will get better.
No, to that point, watching the game, I do feel as if the team did get a lot better. It was really the field position
Yes.
kind of hurt. And
yes.
Do you feel as if in this particular game, the next team you have against DC Defenders, that's going to be the critical part of you winning the game?
Well, absolutely. It's been that way the whole year. And now you have, obviously, record-wise, the top team in the XFL that's coming in. They play tonight. We still feel and have a lot of confidence in what we're doing and the changes we've made, the adjustments made as a staff, some personnel things. You're going to see a couple new guys out there this week that we've actually been trying to get. Finally, it's worked out. It's one of the weirdest things to say, but I think we're a better team today than we were Saturday.
Time for a couple more here, guys.
Are you at a point where you could talk about the people that came in or the
No.
changes?
Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
Not yet. You'll hear about it.
On a different note, Coach, Jalen Smith left the game with the back spasm. Is he going to be back in action?
He's gonna be back, and that was a big blow for us. He's gonna be a big part of our game plan, and that hurt. But we adjusted. You know, one of the things to talk about being light on your feet. We adjusted and tried to make some things happen that we hadn't even practiced.
Anything else, guys?
Coach, real quick, talk about Quentin Dormady and how locked in he's been the past couple of weeks. And he seemed pretty lasered when we talked to him. How is he looking so far this week as he get into the practice rotation?
Well, to be honest with you, it hadn't been any different than training camp. To me, he's been that way since I've been knowing him, and the way he's performed has given us a chance. We still hadn't gotten that W. So, you know, I like the old school, you know, getting a chance is almost like being an almost player. Now, as a team, whoever can get us over that hump is the guys that we need that get us over the hump. So that's what we're talking about. Let's be that guy to take us to the next step.
All right, guys. Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
you, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach Buckley.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Coach.
it.